Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show. You are listening to episode number 76. We have a spicy episode. It is 4th of July. We're cracking a cold one. We're slurping that on the mic, and we are going to dive right in. 4th of July, it really is an exciting time. It has a special place in my heart. Every year, burgers. You get to eat a lot of food. You get to set off fireworks. It's the only time of the year explosives are allowed. Publicly allowed. Kids on the street setting off live grenades. You never know when you go to sleep at night if those are gunshots in the background or if it's the big kaboom. The big cat, whatever the big one is, the bottle rocket. And honestly, deep down, not wanting to know if it's either guns or fireworks. But yeah, I mean, America, it's a great country. Land of the free, home of the brave, whatever that phrase means. Not too free, not too brave. Divided now more than ever. Divided now more than ever before. Honestly, besides I guess the Civil War. But if you look past the mass homelessness, lack of affordable health care, corrupt government, insider trading of the elites, rampant crime, police brutality, racists, fascists, communists, anarchists, public massacres, private massacres. We know those are happening. Pedophilic politicians, media members, not to mention the Catholic Church too, can't forget about them. If you look past the inside jobs, the false flags, the propping up of foreign puppet governments by the CIA, the propaganda, the constant pitting of brother against brother, America actually isn't that bad. It's not that bad. You just have to look past all of that, and it's not that bad. I like to take a moment to, like Thanksgiving, say what America means to me. America to me means let me pop out the mic real quick. America to me means falling asleep in a Wendy's parking lot and being shot by a cop, buying a gun on your 18th birthday and putting it to use immediately. America to me means finding out your parent or child overdosed on fentanyl and knowing deep down they deserved it. America means joining a multi-level marketing scheme before you get out of high school. I had a friend that was in a multi-level marketing scheme, not even out of high school. Convincing high schoolers to join. America means to me convincing high schoolers to join your multi-level marketing scheme, because there was someone who made that high schooler join, and then he was trying to get me to join. I remember I was on the bus one time and he was telling me about it. I just turned around and in front of the whole bus, I'm like, dude, I do not want to join your pyramid scheme. And he it was so awkward, but I was tired of it. I'm like, dude, you are in a pyramid scheme. Stop talking to me. He's like, we've got mentors. We've got it's your mentor. And if you bring on more mentors, you get paid more salary or something. I'm like, dude, you're describing a pyramid scheme. I'm 16. I know I'm not that stupid. America means getting a job, getting the raise you wanted for your job, and still wanting to quit. That one hits home. America means being smart enough to make a little money, but being dumb enough to buy an NFT. America means buying a Rolls Royce and on its first day off the lot, running over someone and killing them instantly. And then changing your gender. That's Caitlyn Jenner's story. I don't know if it was a Rolls Royce, but that's the Bruce to Caitlyn Jenner tragedy right there. Or comedy, however you look at it. Tragedy, mostly. America is, let's see, opening Netflix and browsing the selections, or I guess Hulu. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. Browsing for 30 minutes, choosing nothing, and going to bed. America means opening TikTok, browsing, closing TikTok, and immediately open it 0.5 seconds after it being closed. Because you literally cannot stand 5 seconds of your own thoughts. America is, I guess, having too many choices, so you choose none. America is having so many things to worry about daily that you decide to worry about nothing. America is buying a boat and a jet ski and using both to escape on water in a high-speed cop chase. America is murdering someone, going through a long, arduous litigation, public on TV, getting away with it, and then writing a book telling everyone how you would have done it if it was you. That's for my boy OJ. America is taking out a line of credit off your home to pay for your knee replacement. America is telling someone, thank you for your service, even though you don't know which war they were in or why we were even in it. America is taking a vacation only to be fired immediately for taking too many consecutive days off. America is tasting a little bit of success and then selling a 10-step course on TikTok of how to achieve that same success. America is wishing you had been born a house cat, so you only had to live 13 easy years. That's America. America to me it's beautiful. It's all of that. It's all of that in one. America to me is immigrants coming to this country and being appalled by the amount of greed and learning to have to be that greedy. America to me is people buying real estate and renting it out at 5 times the price of the mortgage. That one's fun. That's a fun one. And then evicting you to sell it on the market. That's fun. That's America right there. America is a lot of things. And a lot of things... America is wishing someone was... America to me is wishing someone was brave enough to order large amounts of fertilizer. Okay. All right, we gotta get this going on. We gotta get this podcast moving. Oh shit. Was I supposed to play this in the background? Let's take a moment of... Just think about, while this is playing, just think about what America means to you. Close your eyes and imagine what America means to you. What does it mean to you? Does it mean driving to work and wanting to get off on every exit, turn around, go home, and, I don't know, cry? Does it mean coming to the edge of a cliff and saying, if I jumped off right now, would it be so bad? Or does America mean to you freedom of speech? Being able to say these things that I'm saying. Being able to go where you want. Being able to do what you want to do. Being able to quit your job. Being able to starve to death. All of these things you're allowed to do. Being able to be born into a very wealthy family and make millions of dollars. These are all things that America is. And I want you to think about what America is while I play this short snippet of the American national anthem. Oh, bright stripes and bright pride through the perilous fight. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars was one bursting in. Dude, I do not know the one. I need other people around me, and I need a person in the middle to sing it. Something about bombs bursting in the air. Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's play ball, baby! What does America mean to you? Please write in the comments. Write in the comments what America means to you. Try to keep them as optimistic and hopeful as mine were. So, let's see. What is going on in the news? Oh, I don't really even have that much news. I covered most of the Bro v. Babe stuff last podcast a week ago. Last podcast. Supreme Court, this one's kind of funny. This is a good little snippet here. TikTok can't stop users from doxing the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court justices that voted for Roe v. Wade to be overturned are being doxed. Their credit card information. I did see that one on TikTok, which was wild. Some but not all of the videos have been swiftly removed by TikTok. Even if they were removed, though, the information shared on the video is simply reposted through smaller and smaller accounts. Well, I mean, that's just how it happens. I just think it's funny. You can't help but getting doxxed. Even a Supreme Court justice can't help but be doxxed. I mean, you get doxxed. That's why these people have like 4 houses. It's impossible to find the one that they're in. You just got to keep on shuffling your family around. Also in the news, sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell sentenced to 20 years. Seems kind of short. Let's listen to this.
Maxwell, who worked hand in hand with Jeffrey Epstein to traffic and sexually abuse young...
How much you want to bet not a single name of the people that either bought said trafficked teenage girls or were on that island ever got named or prosecuted? 20 years on one person does not equal the amount of horrific people that are still out there just chilling.
Young girls sentenced to 20 years behind bars with 5 more years of supervised release. The judge going beyond the sentencing guidelines, but not as far as prosecutors had hoped, plus hitting her with the maximum fine. Maxwell speaking to the victims for the first time. She acknowledged their suffering without taking personal responsibility, telling them, quote, "I am sorry for the pain you have experienced," and that she hoped her incarceration will bring, quote, "closure and some measure of peace." Several of those women at court in person...
Hell no. 20 years a piece. No one was ever named. Dude, literally no one was named. She's the only one going to jail, and she's going for only 20 years. Is this... That's what America means to me. America means to me sex trafficking for the majority of your adult life, from she was probably 30 to 50, 20 solid years of sex trafficking, getting caught for it, and then only going to jail for 20 years. And then America means to me also that none of the people incorporated with it, cooperations or even people that just showed up, none of them are being even questioned. That's a little. Some people want to just watch the world burn. What doesn't kill you only makes you stranger. That's my Joker. I feel like I'm going full Joker brain, to be honest. I really don't know what to do. The world is burning. Things are. I mean, I don't know, boys. Type in the comments what America means to you. Keep them jolly. You want to know how I got these cars? Okay, let's move on to... So, I wanted to cover a little bit of a conspiracy theory. Sometimes we go into these conspiracy theory. Hello, Kermit the Frog here. Today we are going to be covering a few conspiracy theories. Today we've got Bored Ape Nazi Club. Bored Ape Nazi Club. Okay, what is this? So we've got 4 members of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's turning into like weird. It wasn't Kermit anymore. It's transforming. Running away from me. Kermit the Frog here. Okay, so we got tomato ketchup. So I'm going to play little snippets of this. There's a documentary posted by Philian? What's his name? His name is Philian. Philian. He posted a 1-hour documentary. I watched the whole documentary so that you don't have to. You can if you want. I do suggest it. I only grabbed little snippets, important snippets that I think kind of piece together his argument. But he is saying that essentially the Bored Ape Yacht Club is a massive 4chan troll on people that follow the crowd easily, easily manipulated, and his reasoning for it is pretty suspicious. So we're gonna watch a couple clips. I'm not gonna do much talking. I mean, he really covers the information really well, but I kind of went through this with the 9/11 episode where I did the 9/11 conspiracy. And this video just came out. This video came out June 19th. I just now found out about it. It's only been like a week or so. So, yeah, this is a really spicy video. When I did the 9/11, the new Pearl Harbor, I took a couple clips. I didn't really talk that much, but I tried to grab clips that were, that held your attention and are good over the audio for the audio listener. So let's continue with this.
The founders are clever, and I mean really fucking clever. The 4 founders are Gordon Goner, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Gargamel, and No Sass. You may be wondering, why do they all have obscure Xbox Live gamer tags? Well, if you think this is innocent, you're not ready for this. Number 1, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Karim Adelaide, software engineer. On the surface, Emperor Tomato Ketchup sounds like a Fortnite skin. In reality, Emperor Tomato Ketchup is the name of a 1971 film that is banned across...
Okay, well, okay, so essentially, this film banned for bad images with children and videos, so we're gonna skip through this. Well, I mean, yeah, I just don't.
Across the world and sexually assaults a grown woman.
Okay.
And if you were to ask Tomato himself, he would say he got the name from a Stereolab album, which got its name from...
I just dodged a YouTube ban there.
...the film. Another example of plausible deniability. Number 2, Gargamel,
Okay,
Greg
there's
Solano,
Gargamel.
MFA in writing. If anyone is familiar with the Smurf
So a lot of these people that created it, you'll notice, are writers, which is interesting because it's an NFT. So let's move on to Gargamel.
We know that Gargamel is a creative fantasy writer. We know that he wrote his thesis paper on a Nazi story. And we know that
So
he
he kind of goes through some of this information. He's just recapping here. I grabbed it.
wanted to create something similar, blending real and fake events. He literally quoted Ludwig Wittgenstein and iceberg theory, confirmed that there is hidden meaning, and that everything is delivered in Bored Ape Yacht Club. Prior to Bored Ape Yacht Club, Greg Solano even stated he wanted to create a Lovecraftian-themed NFT project. And if you know anything about Lovecraft, he was a notorious white supremacist, often weaving his prejudices as the basis for his stories. The frustration that Ryder Rips and others have felt, myself included, with the public's perception of this criticism is immense. You can't begin to educate people on this when they're too ignorant to realize that they're being played. Bored Ape
Bros.
Yacht Club, in a way, is a social experiment in making fun of people who are easily influenced. Crypto bros and everyone who sucks off technocrats included. It is a commentary on the number going up forever, or the wag me crowd, which lives by the slogan, "We're all going to make it." This is a very real sentiment shared by thousands of people on the internet, which the founders of this project have profited off of immensely. All it took was celebrity worship, proper funding, fueled by a dystopian political agenda to get fascist propaganda on the world stage. Let me
Okay, so that's Garga.
We know that Gargamel
Oh, wait,
is a
wait,
creative
my bad. Okay, so we did Garga. Okay, so let's move on to the weird. This interview is strange. So this is one of the co-creators' friends, I guess girlfriend, some relation with the creators of the NFT program, the NFT world phenomenon, the Bored Ape phenomenon. And this is it's an interesting interview. So this is it.
With like, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and like, you know, just explaining the idea, and I kind of giggled and was like, oh yeah, I mean, but people are just gonna draw penises. And that was it. Like, I was just like, I didn't think anything of it. We hung up, but like the stupid
First
thing
off,
that I
weird.
said that I never would have thought about
Right.
transformed into, well, what if they do draw penises?
Yeah.
And where do people draw penises? And
Dude, she's way too artsy into this. Where do people draw penises?
you know, it turned into, well, it's a bathroom.
Right.
So it's a bathroom in a fictional land where monkeys and apes, they coexist, and you know, everyone kind of has their own space, and it's sort of ethereal in nature, and you have to teleport yourself into that world. You have to enter that world. You know, dude, it's like, why does she talk like this? No, humans don't talk like this.
You know, it's a toilet stall, and it's a dive bar, but it's not a dive bar. It's a yacht club that's a dive bar, but it's in a swamp, and
dude.
it's gonna be this like future vision of Miami, and you know, it's all of these like bored apes, and
What are
they
you?
just created this like story and this world.
Let's play a game of I Spy. The cover of this Rolling Stone art is a direct reference to Hieronymus Bosch, who painted pictures like these in order to hide things in them. Spot the racist dog whistle.
Yeah, so this is a Bored Ape Rolling Stones cover letter, and there is about to be a racist imagery hidden in the background. There it is. It's in the top left. It's a monkey paw.
Ape hands are a racist dog whistle, alluding to the practice of Belgian King Leopold II cutting off Congolese
I should have probably given a trigger warning.
hands for punishment in not working hard enough to produce rubber. The Congolese then started cutting off fellow African hands as it became a currency valuable to the Belgians in itself. Never underestimate the ability for bored
So now he's showing photographs. If you'll see photos of bored apes and imagery used at that time, farming rubber, them wearing hats similar to the ones of the Congolese, I guess, slave driver. It's really fucked up. It's fucked up.
Bored Ape Yacht
And, you could say it's all coincidence, but this is an hour-long video of just, like, constant information of a lot of coincidences.
Club founders to be this demented. Let's try this again. This is footage of the Bored Ape Yacht Club video game.
Okay, this is the video game. The bananas that he throws are, like, 4 bananas connected at the root, and it's shaped like a swastika. So, we'll skip through that. We'll go to the this next clip.
There are 2 possibilities that explain the behavior of the founders. Number 1 is easy. They are neo-Nazis. Number 2 is a
Also, their logo literally looks like the Nazi patch.
bit more
So-
complex, and Ryder believes we need new terms to describe what's happening. In other words, this is an internet troll's wet dream, post-ironic racism on the world stage. This means that this is a meme, but it doesn't look like one because there's nothing to indicate otherwise. This can also be described as pose law. It's impossible to know if someone is joking unless they add an LOL at the end of a message to indicate how it's supposed to be perceived. In other words, Bored Ape Yacht Club founders are layering on the irony of troll behavior to the point where it's just doomed. The best way I can describe it is beating a dead horse until the horse comes alive again and then dies again from the irony. February 4th, 2022, Katie Natopoulos, a writer at BuzzFeed, wrote an article covering the identities of the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club. And where exactly do you think she got her information from? Ryder rips. However, she stated, Solano and Arano don't appear to have any particular red flags, which, as we know, is a flat-out lie. Pressured by Guy Osseri, Kate Natopoulos ran a softball story in an effort to save face. The more degenerative side of 4chan, including white nationalists, enjoy participating in the cult of Kek,
Yeah, so after this, he goes into, more dog whistles and stuff. So now let's go on to an interesting part here. And I do suggest watching the whole thing, because there's a lot of weird coincidences. The board. Oh, did I grab that clip? Shit. Wait, let me double check.
the most mind-boggling.
There's. Let me. God damn it. Let me pull this up. I know I had it. It had to do with the symbolism for some of the apes. Some of the clothes the apes were wearing. Some of the oh, here it is.
Are a direct reference to the founders of the project, and Aperol could be seen as the red pill. The Boogaloo Boys were born on the weapon board of 4chan known as K. Think of them as paramilitary incels, or Chan LARPers. They can be classified by their Hawaiian shirts and absurdist meme styles to make anyone who calls them out look insane. It can be a very effective tactic when trolling. This Bored Ape Yacht Club shirt is an exact Boogaloo Boy Hawaiian shirt.
So he's showing a picture of the lead Bored Ape Yacht Club person, the one smoking the cigar with the yacht hat. He's wearing the same Hawaiian shirt as this Boogaloo Boy, whatever that is.
Used to LARP by 4chan users. This is Ape 1488. The number 14 is a neo-Nazi.
Okay, so this is when it gets weird. So this is I realize it's tough to listen when you don't see the ape. This is an ape.
This Bored Ape Yacht Club shirt is an exact Boogaloo Boy Hawaiian shirt used to LARP by 4chan users.
So this is Bored Ape 1488. He's wearing a jumpsuit. It's a basic. I think it was one of the first Bored Apes.
Is Ape 1488. The number 14 is a neo-Nazi dog whistle. It is a direct reference to the white supremacist slogan known as the 14 words. We must secure the existence of our people and future for white children. The slogan was coined by David.
Several depicted in this are several Nazis with the number 14 printed on them. I guess a couple of this looks like the 14 from a football team, but I'm not too sure.
Lane.
This one's definitely a Nazi one. It's literally like a swastika.
a
But-
member of the white supremacist terrorist group known as the Order. The number 88 is white supremacist alpha numerical code for HH, which stands for Hail Hitler. 1488, which is also included in the ADL database or the Anti-Defamation League, is a combination of these two hate symbols.
But the fact is, guys, I've been on the internet 20 years. I know pretty much about every single different slur that's in the English language and a few in other languages as well. So not only do I understand all the slurs, I also understand the euphemisms like 1488.
Here is where it gets really dark. What do you see on this ape? No, not the bloodshot eyes. This ape is wearing a prison outfit with the numbers 0198. 07. If we take out the zeros, a practice in cryptography called null padding, we are left with 1987, which we can deduce is a year. You see, 1987 is a reference to the year that Rudolf Hess, a Nazi hero, died in the Spandau prison in West Berlin as a result of his conviction during the Nuremberg trials. It was destroyed the same year to prevent it from becoming a neo-Nazi shrine. Not everyone who has a Bored Ape is aware of the inherent racism. Let me point your attention.
And now he's scrolling through people that purchase Bored Ape Yacht Club, and a lot of the purchases are at 88 Ethereum. He's selecting the ones. I'd say it's like the ones he's scrolling through is like 75% are at 88.
To the sales activity tab. If someone is selling an ape, they set the price. Interestingly enough, there is a pattern of selling apes for variations of 88 Ethereum, ending prices in 0.88 or 0.14. This is a cut and dry example of esoteric racism. Ape 6969 features the same prison jumpsuit and a Prussian helmet with a shit-eating grin. This is a troll hidden in plain sight designed to mock everyone who
Yeah, I mean a Prussian helmet and
looks at it. The odds of Ape 6969, which is a troll in itself, having both the prison jumpsuit and a Prussian helmet is statistically near impossible. Apes in the Bored Ape Yacht Club project are adorned with various characteristics. This can include clothing, accessories, eyes, faces.
I'd say the average price of an ape is 88 right now.
Anything you see on these apes can be randomly generated to produce the final product that we see as an ape. By design, some of these characteristics are more rare than others, which means more desirable, which results in a higher price. Some of these characteristics are harmless, but there is a definite through line with one characteristic in particular: headwear. The Prussian helmet is known as a Pickelob, which is a reference to the German Empire from 1871 to 1919. The Vietnam-era helmet features an Ace of Spades card attached to the helmet, which was a custom American soldiers started in World War II, but continued in Vietnam. In Vietnam, however, American soldiers would leave an Ace of Spades on dead Vietnamese soldiers. The card in the Bored Ape helmet has a letter J on it, which would indicate a Jack of Spades, not an ace. The founders of this project are not sloppy writers and wouldn't get history wrong if it meant they could include yet another racist reference. Maybe this explains it. Based on a 1938 decree in Nazi Germany, every Jew in Germany had to carry an identification card marked with J for Jewish at all times. The sushi chef headband is a Japanese headband known as a hachimaki.
So he's going through all the... I don't know why I'm explaining it. He's going through all the headwear that is sus from the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Hachimaki can have different Japanese characters on them to mean different things. There are 6 variations that are the most popular and commonly used. Bored Ape Yacht Club went with kamikaze to indicate Imperial Japan's suicide pilots. A sushi chef would never wear this headband. The safari helmet is a British or European pith hat used by the British Empire in colonizing Africa.
That's actually
and
wild that
Belgium
they chose
in the
kamikaze.
Congo, led by King Leopold II, who, as you know, cut off Congolese hands. The kami hat is known as a ushanka, and with the sickle and hammer, it represents the Soviet Union or the USSR, worn during World War II while Russians were commanded by tyrannical leader Joseph Stalin. The fez is a potential reference to the Ottoman Empire, but there's also such thing as a Nazi fez. With all of these helmets and headwear, one can see a clear picture of Chan culture's fetishization of power and dominion of those they deem weaker. October.
So, yeah. Yeah, that's it's weird there. So let's see, celebs.
One of the most mind-boggling parts to this ongoing story is celebrity endorsement. Everywhere you look, a new celebrity flaunts their hideous Nazi propaganda. I wouldn't expect them to know any better, but there's something going on underneath the surface. I know most celebrities are denser than a cement block, but you can't convince me they would all spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on these JPEGs just because of hype culture. So what's
Eminem,
actually going on?
Steph
In
Curry,
a Twitter
Madonna,
Spaces video, Ben Baller, a
Gwyneth
celebrity jeweler,
Paltrow.
describes the process of receiving a Bored Ape.
Real talk, not once, not twice, 3 times I've been offered a Bored Ape through MoonPay. I had Adidas hit me up, my DMs, on Instagram. Hey man, you want to co-host space with us, blah, blah, whatever. Oh, do you own a Bored Ape? No, I fucking don't. Hit me up. And it's just, I don't know what it was, but the fact that some of these super top tier all-star NBA players had them, and I was like, yo, this is all cap. I mean, there was an NDA, they tried to send my agent and shit too,
There's definitely NDAs and everything there, but I'm positive there's, some.
No, what I'm saying is for me, if I was to accept,
Every celebrity.
They wanted you to not disclose that they wanted you to not disclose that they had purchased the ape for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
You wanted to seem like you bought it for yourself because you like it.
Which you know what the craziest thing about that is that a lot of celebrities who are going into this, they're probably just stoked to get the ape, and they don't even realize a lot of them probably don't consult their legal and shit like that beforehand.
Yeah.
But they're actually asking you to commit fraud on their behalf.
That's right.
Yeah, that's wild. It was a little hard to hear, but he pretty much said that like Adidas and stuff were willing to buy them an ape NFT to promote it and not disclose that they had it bought for them.
MoonPay has celebrities sign NDAs or non-disclosure agreement contracts revealing how they received the ape.
I just got my first NFT.
Oh, you did? What was it?
God, I hate Jimmy Fallon.
Through MoonPay.
Okay.
MoonPay, which is I'm figuring I did my homework.
Okay.
MoonPay, which is like PayPal but for crypto.
In fact, the celebrities aren't even buying them, and they're lying through their teeth.
DJ Khaled, Mark Cuban, Steph Curry, Snoop Dogg, Post Malone, all
About
these
why
people.
they bought them, all while committing fraud on MoonPay's behalf. Receiving a Bored Ape as an endorsement
Madonna.
and not explicitly stating that you were compensated violates the Federal Trade Commission's laws. So next time you see a celebrity show off their Bored Ape, you can see who's a puppet taking advantage of their audience, all while unknowingly contributing to an apocalyptic political ideology backed by the technocratic elite. You may be asking yourself, who designed these apes in the first place? Surely they would be the ones responsible for drawing the racist.
So here he talks about the artist, and essentially the artist, the original artist, isn't to blame. It's this girl named Seneca. She did the original sketches, turned them in, and they completely scammed her, and pretty much just cut her off and ran. I like I said, I encourage you to watch the rest of that. It's super, super weird. Here's like the ending bit.
I say this is an ongoing story because on April 30th, 2022, 1 year after launching Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Oh yeah, the video. I'll link the official video in the description, so you don't have to, try to find this. It was like I typed in Bored Ape Nazi Club in YouTube and I could not find it. It was just everyone reacting to it. I'll link the official video in the description below.
Yuga Labs launched a metaverse called Otherside. If the date sounds familiar, it's because it's also Hitler's death day. The sprites available in the video game that doesn't exist yet are called codas, spelled with a K. In music, coda with a C means the end, and obviously the theme of transitioning from life to death or crossing to the other side. Their new metaverse also features Stonewall Jackson, a reference to the Confederate leader Stonewall Jackson, and Plot 1 is owned by Emperor Tomato Ketchup. Along the way, Ryder Rips was able to open the eyes of thousands of people by organizing the information and explaining the full context to the best of his ability, knowing all too well that the barrier to entry of this information is diving down the deep rabbit holes of white supremacy.
Oh, this one's wild too. So Gordon Goner.
We know that Gargamel.
Wait, let me see. So Gordon Goner is a anagram. Let me find this one too. Dude, these are all out of order. That's Gargamel. Okay, here it is.
lead singer of the Ramones. It should be known that Bored Ape Yacht Club's connection to the Rolling Stone is not random. It's through Neil Strauss, author of The Game, who is apparently writing about the subculture of Bored Ape Yacht Club. Gordon Goner is a full-phrase anagram for Drongo Negro. Drongo is Australian slang for stupid, and Negro means black. Drongo is also tossed around on 4chan and Reddit. It's not simply a random word. It is also conveniently a species of black bird. Another example of a hyper-specific double-meaning term or phrase in Bored Ape Yacht Club. There's not much else known about Wiley Arano, aka Gordon Goner, besides loose leads that allege he's a crypto-fascist. And his dad is literally Don Arano, portrayed.
Who is Don Arano? Don Arano. History of cigarette founder Don Arano. His dad is the founder of all cigarettes? Jesus.
Portrayed by John Travolta in Speed Kills. Both Gargamel and Gordon Goner are writers and creatives, according to the CEO of Yuga Labs, Nicole Muniz.
Can you take me back to the origin story of Bored Ape Yacht Club?
It was.
Oh yeah, this was the original. This is back to this where he was talking before. Okay, so yeah, so let's just watch that ending again.
I say this is an
there's just so many weird coincidences here that it's just like
is owned by Emperor Tomato Ketchup. Along the way, Ryder Rips was able to open the eyes of thousands of people by organizing the information and explaining the full context to the best of his ability, knowing all too well that the barrier to entry of this information is diving down the deep rabbit holes of white supremacy, the alt-right, and 4chan. But now, one thing's for certain. He was
so, and then pretty much he says use hashtag burn BAYC. That's Bored Ape Yacht Club. Hashtag burn BAYC. To use that hashtag to support the cause and pretty much say screw Bored Apes, I guess. Well, that was fun, and let's move on to the TikToks. But where? Well, why? Oh, TikToks are okay. Well, I think I put them in the wrong. Whatever. I mean, honestly, we've gone on long enough. We don't need TikToks. Let me just double check, make sure that they didn't end up somewhere else. Oh, and they're gone. Okay, so no TikToks for today. We'll do a double dose of TikToks next time. And sorry for the shorter episode, but I just wanted to kind of get a little bit of that information out. It's pretty juicy, some juicy. Everyone loves a little conspiracy theory. And who doesn't love hating on NFTs because they're stupid? And let you know a little bit about, what America means to me. I will dedicate that portion to Tim Dillon because he did have a good bit about that. I mean, all of mine were original, but he had a good bit. So check out his podcast, check out that video, and have a nice one. Have a nice 4th of July. Shoot off some bombs. Thanks for listening.